We are traveling to a rural village of El Sauce in the area of San Martin, Hilotepecas today. It's a farming area. The men are out in the fields as we go by in our pickup and then get out to start our journey further away from the main core of the city. Uh, we stop and talk with some of the kids that are walking along the side of the road, learning they're all going to school. But we then meet Josefina, and she starts taking us up to her particular portion of this village. We start at her home. As we turn the corner to one of the adobe homes there, we find that this is where she lives. She then begins to tell us how much she likes the stove. One major thing is that it uses less wood, so it saves her money and isn't as much work to carry the wood. She also tells us she can cook for her whole family at the same time. She can put the pots on the front to start them boiling, and then they go to the back as they're cooking, and she adds another item to her meal. And she also doesn't have all the smoke to deal with. As she then completes her story, she takes us to a neighbor, Maria. Maria is waiting for us and shows us into her casa, and then begins to tell about how she feels about the stove. She also tells us about that using less wood and that she can put so many pots on top and still do her tortillas. But look how much different her walls are than what we saw in Josefina's kitchen. This kitchen was built especially for the stove, and that's the only type of fire that's ever been in here. Notice that there was no soot on the walls, which means that there's no soot in her lungs from that same year, well, a little over a year now that she's been using it. Josefina then jumps in and tells us a little bit about the old way of cooking over the open fire and how the fire would come up around the side of the pots and burn her as she tried to stir the contents.
Y después, si se arruina, ¿y qué vamos a hacer? Sí, es cuando se arruina, eso da pena porque ya se acostumbra.
So she's very excited about the improvements over the old way of doing things.
Los ojos. Si por eso tenemos los ojos así.
As we turn around to leave and start going back down the same trail we came up, I wonder if they really understand how many of their health problems are caused by the smoke. You see here an earlier photo or clip that I took showing how much more smoke they work with and have become accustomed to working with. As we're leaving, we run into a friend of hers, Yolanda, who is exuberant about the benefits of the stove. And then we get back in the pickup and we start heading back, and I think about the conversation with Yolanda some more. She really summarized all of the main points.
Yeah. Ajá, entonces a mí se me ha sido de un gran beneficio. Bastante, de veras, y hasta los patojitos pueden cocinar.
She starts out by expressing her gratitude. She says it's just a great help in the kitchen. She said the benefit we heard before, that it uses less wood, and this saves the money and saves them work in carrying the wood up there. And then she goes on to mention that it's big enough that she can cook for 7 people. And she likes the fact that the surface can be used to do the tortillas. She can do as many as 20 tortillas at the same time. This is very important to them, to be able to do their tortillas. She then finishes by saying she's glad to see us. She's never seen the people that actually gave the stoves. And she lets us know that there are other people that want stoves and that hopefully there'll be a way that they can buy them with our help.